When the snow started, it came down fast.
And that caused a lot of white-knuckle driving in Lexington. Let's go live to Brianna Gilroy. Bree, how are the roads looking right now?
Well, we are live here on News Circle, and the snow is falling pretty steadily, and the wind's been picking up. It's been kind of hard for me to hold on to my umbrella here, but let's take a look at the roads. They are a mess, completely blanketed in snow. And if you look over here, it's almost hard to tell where the sidewalk ends and the pavement begins because there's just so much snow. I want to show you some of the video we shot earlier today. As soon as the snow started to fall, it just was piling up so fast on the road, on cars, pretty much on everything. Of course, we've seen a lot of snow plows out and about, but they've had such a hard time keeping up. And Lexington police have just been slammed responding to accidents. We stopped by as a tanker truck jackknifed on Versailles. Now, even though there have been a lot of problems, we have not heard of any major accidents. Now, drivers say this is kind of like a really bad deja vu. We just went through this, and they are frustrated, and they're worried about that commute tomorrow morning.
I think it's crazy. I don't want another snowpocalypse. I have to work tomorrow, and I'm really hoping that it's not as bad as everyone says, although they've already closed campus, and not excited about it.
And officials say they really can't stress it enough. If you don't have to be out here, stay home, stay warm, stay safe. You don't want to mess with these roads out here. And in the meantime, these road crews will be out all night working to get them in the best shape as possible for those who do have to be out tomorrow. Covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom, back to you.
And now for a live look at the roads in Lexington from a different perspective. We want to go right to our live LEX 18 mobile cam.
Jessica Reyes joins us with a look at the roads. Hey, Jess, where are you now?
Nancy, we're actually right in the middle of downtown. We just passed the Hilton, and we're coming up on the Fifth Third Bank building right now. As you can see, the roads are very snow-covered. You can tell that plows have been through here because the sides of the road, you can see the accumulation there is much higher, but still, we can barely tell where the roads are. Now that we are pulling up to a red light, this is good because I want to show you exactly how much snow has accumulated. Right now, we're at the intersection of West Vine Street and South Upper Street. As you can see, several inches of snow are off to the side, and on our left-hand side, we have that construction project, and as you can tell, plows have been trying to push the snow towards the side, but really trying to keep up with the storm is the big problem right now. They are doing their best. They're trying to get the streets clean. As you can see, they still have a long night ahead of them. So when you wake up tomorrow, we want to make sure you have plenty of time. You're going to have to get that shovel out. You're going to have to clean off that car. And then when you hit the roads, hopefully everything will be better. But right now, this is a live look again in downtown Lexington. Of course, we're going to make our way to Nicholasville Road and try to get you a live picture from there in just a few minutes. For now, we're covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you.
Well, when it comes to rough weather, the Scott County I-75 corridor has been in the bullseye over the past couple of weeks.
And again tonight, Richard Essex is in Georgetown with a live look at what drivers are dealing with right now. Richard.
Without question, the roads have turned into a sloshy mess. And for those of you that are brave enough to go to work tomorrow, the drive is going to be anything but easy. It's going to be a tough commute tomorrow morning. Here in Scott County, the road department has 13 of their trucks out there trying to clear the path for you. They're trying to make things better if you decide to go to work tomorrow. Now, we talked to a guy a little while ago, a guy that you do not want to meet, a nice guy. He's a tow truck driver, Randy Milner. He's been doing this for about 7 years. And if anybody knows what people have done wrong when they end up in the ditch, it's him. And you need to listen to his advice.
Slow down. Slow down is the number one thing. If they slow down and drive with a little more caution, they'll make it. And if you don't have a vehicle, if you got a rear-wheel drive vehicle, stay home. Stay home because they're junk. Front-wheel drive's great. Four-wheel drives are fine. Rear-wheel drive, just forget it in this kind of weather.
The Scott County Sheriff's Department and many other police agencies around Central Kentucky have all said, if you don't need to be out, don't go out unless you absolutely have to. And coming up in our next half hour, we'll show you what happens when you don't have to be out. It can cost you an awful lot of money. We'll have that coming up at 11:36. We're covering the news live in Scott County from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you.
Well, the state capitol was painted white before evening rolled around.
Looks like it's going to stay that way for a while. We continue our LEX 18 Snow Tracker team coverage with Hannah Mordeau in Frankfort. Hannah.
Kevin, in Frankfort here, the snow has not let up over the last 5 hours. I'm actually standing on the sidewalk. Doesn't look like it. Just to show you how much snow we've gotten. I mean, look at that. That is over a short period of time today after all that rain we got. The problem is, if you look over here at the roads, they're not really any better. They look a lot like the sidewalks. Already tonight, we have seen a lot of slide-offs and wrecks in Frankfort. Well, salt trucks have been out plowing nonstop. All that rain set us up for a perfect storm of wet, thick covered roads. Obviously, road crews were dealing with flooding earlier in the day and even had to take precautions and close the floodgates this afternoon. They wanted all of their workers out here focusing on the streets tonight when the blast of snow hit. Still, even with all hands on deck, it's been hard for road crews to keep up and for people trying to drive home.
It started as raining and then hail came down and now the snow. Saw a couple wrecks on my way back from work just in a matter of 5 minutes. It's crazy.
It kind of sets up for a worse snowfall, a lot more slush, a little more ice, a little more slipping and sliding. So that could be make conditions a little more dangerous.
With the temperatures continuing to drop, that danger is only going to increase. So stay home, maybe make a snowman or something, play in the snow. Just stay off of these roads. Covering the news live in Franklin County from the LEX 18 Mobile Newsroom. Back to you.
Well, it's all snow now, but Bourbon County emergency crews were tied up with flooding earlier today.
And that led firefighters and law enforcement to a difficult rescue, pulling 6 horses from a trailer stuck in high water. LEX 18 was there, and we have this exclusive rescue video.
My wife and I were coming home from dinner.
But what Alan Knight, who lives on Steel Road, ended up getting was dinner and an unexpected show.
Fire department said some truck flipped over, some trailer.
A trailer that was carrying precious cargo that had these horse owners jumping over fences, trying to rescue their 6 standard breds that were trapped inside with frigid waters. An unbelievable scene unfolding.
This is new to me. I didn't know the water got this high.
And neither did the man driving the trailer. The 6 horses were on the way to New York, but barely made it a mile from home. The Bourbon County Sheriff says the driver noticed high water on the road, and in an effort to avoid it, he tried going around it when the trailer flipped.
There is ditches on both sides. You can't see it, but it falls off pretty good on either side.
It was a difficult rescue for first responders trying to beat the winter storm as they battled the rain that was turning into sleet. But after almost 3 hours,
Come on, baby.
one by one, all 6 horses walked away wet, but safe. The trailer was towed away, but the Bourbon County Sheriff says Steel Road is now shut down due to that standing water.
A night like this in